Okay, hello everyone. This is my substantial research update on Arthur Miller. Um, I found through reading a lot about him that he was a very strong-willed man and very strongly opinioned, and he did not shy down from any challenges. Um, like let's say in during the Red Scare, during the Communist Scare in the 1950s and 60s, I think it was, he was actually charged with contempt in court because he wouldn't name names of potential communist spies in his work. And so he was actually blacklisted and his passport was removed and yeah, all those fun things. Um, but that also kind of leads into some of the major themes in his works, which are have a lot to do with identity and morality and kind of self versus society. He had a lot of different ideas, and he liked to draw things from his own life and history together, which can be seen throughout his works. One thing that a lot of people know about him is that he was married to Marilyn Monroe, which is something that he didn't actually like discussing a lot in interviews, but he wrote a lot about in his book Time Bends, which I will talk about in just a second. I started off my research kind of on Wikipedia, actually. I like doing that just to kind of get a very broad overview and then look at all of the references and see if I could find anything good there. I did find a few things, but not too many, unfortunately. And so I went to JSTOR and just did a lot of research there as well, which is actually where I found this article, Why Arthur Miller is Important. This is some commentary from notable playwrights, actors, and critics, and they just talked about why he was important and kind of what he was doing with his work. And I think this was done after he had passed, and just kind of as a celebration of his life and his work. And then another helpful document that I found, which led me to my first source, actually, my first book source, is this article that was a book review on a book about Arthur Miller. And I tried really hard to find it online, but I struggled. And so I was actually lucky enough that the interlibrary loan system here in the Bay Area actually had a copy of the second half of it, which was very, very helpful. There are two books that Christopher Bixby wrote on Arthur Miller, and he said that he couldn't fit it all into one because then it would do damage to the people who try to read it because it would be so heavy. So I thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, and then after that, I actually just kind of did some more research, and I found that Arthur Miller himself, actually had written his own autobiography, which is called Time Bends. And so I've been reading through that, and there are even some pictures in the middle, just kind of some glimpses into other productions that have been done by his work. I really should have bookmarked this, but that's fine. Anyways, but yeah, so that's super cool. And then the third book that I got is Reading and Interpreting the Works of Arthur Miller, which is just kind of like a broader overview of all the things that he's done and the themes in his plays and stuff like that, which was also very interesting. I then kind of moved to watching the past videos that were done in this class itself, actually, on Arthur Miller. And I only found this one, which was still super helpful. And I actually tried to find one of the books that she was talking about, but I couldn't. But instead I actually found this one, Arthur Miller by Leonard Moss, which was very helpful and gave me a really kind of interesting new perspective on his life and what he was doing. I then found some other YouTube videos. I just kind of wanted to go on YouTube for fun and see if there was anything on Arthur Miller. And so I watched a few of his interviews, which was very interesting. And I actually found out that he went into psychoanalysis during a little bit to study it to find out why he was so unhappy in his first marriage. And I thought that was kind of funny. Also, his daughter, Rebecca Miller, his first daughter that he had with his third wife, she actually directed and wrote a documentary on his life, which I also found really cool. And yeah, the version of Streetcar Named Desire that I got actually has a foreword by Arthur Miller written in 2004, so the year before he died. And that was really cool because it kind of just shows how two big giants in modern drama were actually they weren't friends, but they respected each other's work a lot. And I thought that was really cool. So yeah,